Hello, Scorpio. Hope you're having a wonderful day and a wonderful month. My name is Desiree, and welcome to Intuitive Gems. If this is your first time catching one of my videos, I do want to say welcome, and I invite you to subscribe because I do these readings each and every month, and I would love to share your money message with you. For the readings this month, I'm going to be using my Groovy Weight Tarot deck, one of my all-time favorites. I will clarify with my Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot, and then Scorpio, I will close out your reading with a intuitive life coaching oracle card. This is a brand new oracle deck that I'm working with this month, and I'm really excited about it, and I will share more about that with you at the end of the reading. So let's go ahead, Scorpio, and get right into it. I'm feeling an anxiousness, but it's not in a negative way. It's like an excitement. It's an excitement that something is coming, something's on the way. Let's see what shows up for the Scorpio as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance. Ooh, okay. You got some really neat cards here. Okay, so we've got the Chariot, the Guru, we've got the Two of Cups, King of Cups, Six of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. Okay. All right, Scorpio, so what I was feeling seems to be kind of in alignment with what's showing up. We got the Chariot card. Things are moving, things are happening, things are rapidly progressing. You're going to have to figure out a way to make sure you keep up, okay? Because things are going to start happening. Once we hit that first week of March, pay attention to how you're feeling energetically, what's going on with your money. Pay attention to where your money's going, because things are going to happen, like I said, very, very quickly. You know how they say sometimes money goes out faster than it comes in? Well, that's something that you're going to have to really, really pay attention to, Scorpio, as we move into March, because like I said, the energy is definitely doing that. It's making everything move at a much rapid pace. Now, the other thing about the Chariot is that sometimes things happen simultaneously, which means you have stuff going on here, stuff going on here, stuff going on here, and it's all happening at once. And you're going to have to really figure out what you're going to have to prioritize where your time and attention is going to go. Because we're talking about money in this particular reading, and that's the context of how we're going to interpret things here, this tells me that you may have to prioritize anything money and finance and work related during this first week of March, because things are going to be happening so quickly that you don't have time to miss anything. You don't have time to waste, and you don't want to get so caught up in something else, and then sometimes your window of opportunity is so short, you know, that you miss it. So pay attention to deadlines, pay attention to the timing of things, and pay attention to expiration dates. I don't know why, but that just came through. So pay attention to when things cut off. Pay attention to when things, like I said, deadlines, when things have to be submitted. Next, we got the Guru. This is a fun card. The Guru talks about seeking wisdom, sometimes seeking wise counsel, right? Because we're focusing on money, who do you need to kind of tap into? What do you need to kind of connect with in order to make some solid money decisions? You know, your finances, you know, nobody knows everything about everything. There's always going to be something that you need to seek counsel on. A lot of times this card shows up when we need to hire a professional. So again, because we are talking in the context of money, do you need to hire a professional investor? Do you need to hire a lawyer? Do you need to hire a professional accountant or tax strategist? Whatever it is, this is the time now to kind of spend the money and spend the time to find someone who can guide you in the way that's going to protect you. Because that's usually when we hire someone on our team or someone to assist us, it's because we need their wisdom to help us protect ourselves, to help us protect our money, to protect whatever it is, our legacy, our future, our children, whatever it may be. So take the time to really research what you need, and be willing to invest in getting that wise counsel, because it's going to be very important. Okay. Next, we have the Two of Cups. This is divine connection, divine union. It could be with the guru that you're connecting with. Could be a match made in heaven. This could also be something related to work, something related to your investments, where you find the right person. Maybe you find the right company. You get that perfect customer, that perfect client. It's a very good card. So don't worry about it. It's all going to come together in a very beautiful way. We also have the King of Cups, another very good card. King of Cups is someone who is very stable emotionally, someone who doesn't get too out of sorts with his feelings. He understands that his feelings are just that. And sometimes, he feels his way through certain situations. If it feels right, he's going to go with it. If it doesn't feel right, he's not going to go forward with it. So just know that you're going to be in the right emotional mindset during this time in order to make these really good financial choices and these financial work, business related decisions. We've got the Six of Pentacles in reverse. This is telling me to tell you that it may not be the best time for you to give right now. Now, I'm not saying don't give at all. But this first week of March, you may want to hold off on making any type of extra donations, contributions, giving, volunteering even. Be a little bit careful with those types of giving, because sometimes we can overgive, and then after the fact, we find that we put ourselves in a little bit of a bind. Okay, so this first week of March may not be the best time to do donations or voluntary giving in any way. I'm not saying don't do it at all, but just pay attention to the timing and, make sure your availability, both personally and financially, are equipped in order to handle the type of giving that you want to do. We also have the Ace of Cups here in the reverse. The Ace of Cups in the reverse means that something's not necessarily going to start in the way that you thought. Ace of Cups usually starts a brand new relationship, right? But when this card shows up in the reverse, it means that I don't know if it's going to necessarily work out in the way we thought it would. We had our hearts set on something, and then we're disappointed. Something doesn't quite follow through. Now, because, again, we're talking in the context of money, this could be a new business project. It could be a new job where you're excited to start, and then you get there and you realize it's not what you had expected. It could also be something investment related, where maybe you kind of start a new investment or something, and you're like, I don't know if this is if this is something I want to continue doing. Just know that you will get the warning signs in enough time, so if you feel like you want to discontinue, you will be able to do so. All right, Scorpio, let's see what else shows up for you as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance. For the month of March 2021. All right, so as we move into the second week of March, Scorpio, you've got a lot of information coming through. This is good here. Looks like you've got communication pathways are opening. Let's start here with the Page of Cups. Looks like an offer comes through, but it looks like it's going to come too late. The Page of Cups usually is some good news coming. When it's in the reverse, usually it means the timing is off. So, if you're waiting to hear back from a job, you don't hear from it, so you take another job, and then as soon as you say yes to one job, the other job says, oh, are you still available? It's one of those things where the timing just doesn't work. Not that it's bad, and not that you can't possibly make it still work, but you're going to see that, okay, I love the opportunity, but I don't love this about the opportunity, right? There's going to be something there that's not going to work and that's not going to fly with you. I talked about this Five of Swords, this is communication. Lines are opening again. Strained communication gets better, right? So if you're having meetings, you're having conversations with people, and it didn't go well, it looks like that's going to change for the better. Okay, this is very, very good, because it means that now people are open to hearing what you have to say, or they're open to your ideas, or they're open to really communicating with you and working together. It's not about, I'm right, you're wrong. It's about, okay, let's kind of talk this through in a very harmonious way. Now we also have the King of Wands here in the reverse. The King of Wands in the reverse talks about some instability happening in the workplace. And this really has nothing to do with you, but I'm seeing this as something having to do with the establishment, with the corporation, with the organization. Something's going on behind the scenes, probably. Maybe you may not know it, maybe you do. But there's some changes happening behind the scenes as it relates to your work. Now, if you're not employed, if you're a business owner, if you are a student, retired, whatever the case may be, just know that there's still some changes going on with the organization, with however it is that you bring in your money. So if you're on a fixed income, whatever that entity is that is providing you with income, just know there's changes happening there. If it's a government, there's some changes happening in the government, and I feel that very clearly here. So take that for what it's worth. But anyway, if it's your school, there's some changes going on, with the organization, with the school establishment. If it's a church, there's changes going on. Like, there's changes going on. And when I say changes, I mean changes like with management, changes with like the structure, changes with the systems, however the operation or how the business is running. There's going to be some changes to that, and it's going to feel a little unstable for a while they kind of work things out, while the new people come in and they fix whatever the problems were. So things are just going to feel a little out of sorts. That's what I'm getting really clearly with this card here. We also have the Two of Wands. This means that some type of plans that were happening probably don't happen in the way that you thought. Now, I know sometimes this is disappointing, but sometimes this works out for the better, okay? Because we start to think about things happening in our futures, and we start to make plans, and then we realize, oh, that's not going to happen, and you have to trust that things do happen, and things don't happen for a reason. And we have to be comfortable with, or I should say, we should be comfortable with being flexible and understanding that when something doesn't happen as it should, it's not because things are still not working in our favor. Okay, I want you to really feel confident with that and really trust that whatever happens or whatever doesn't happen, there's a divine reason behind it. And I know I'm going to come out ahead because of it. You're going to come out wealthier. You're going to come out better. You're going to come out stronger because of it. Finally, we have the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. Pay attention to frivolous spending whenever I see that card. You do want to pay attention to, not overspending, being very, very careful and not to just spend or shop just for the sake of shopping. Again, because it fell on this Ace of Cups, remember that was also something where we're paying attention to, things may not happen, in the way we thought with our expectations. You also want to be very, very careful that if you do spend a lot of money on something, that you have to make sure you have researched it and know that it is a solid investment and it's not something that you're just buying on impulse. All right, Scorpio, let's continue on and see what else shows up for you as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of, interesting, March 2021. Okay. Okay, I thought I saw another card flip over. I swear this deck becomes more and more of its own thing the more I use it. Now, I've talked about this before where sometimes when I'm shuffling this deck in particular, it feels like literally someone's pulling out cards, and it's amazing to me because it seems to happen the more I use the deck. And I'm not complaining at all, but it just feels like it's very, like there's something there. And I don't know if that sounds crazy, but I do feel like, like sometimes there's an energy that's kind of doing things. Okay, so this looks good. This looks really, really good. As we move into the second half of the month, Scorpio, look what you got. You got the Ten of Cups. This is the ultimate happiness, joy, contentment, success. Things happening. It's rainbows. It's celebration. It's dancing. It's everything good that you can imagine. So the second half of March is definitely going to be a positive time for you. So get ready. We also have the Three of Swords in reverse. This is another great card to see in the reverse because it means heartache is no more. It means healing from a disappointment or hurtful situation. It means that you have grown. It means that your heart is opening. It is expanding. You are releasing any type of painful emotions that were holding you back. This also is talking about recovery. And I don't know if any of you are struggling with that, but you know, this is the card of recovery. Now, recovery can be from anything. It could be from toxic situations, toxic people. It could be from alcohol, drugs, whatever the case may be, addictions. But this is the recovery card. Whenever I see the Three of Swords in the reverse, it is a very positive meaning. Like I said, it's a very good card because it means that you are healing, you are releasing, you are growing through whatever it was that caused your heartache. We also have the Five of Cups here. This is regret to some level. Sometimes, you know, when things happen, we look back and we wish we could change it. You know, this happens to everybody. Nobody is going to escape their life without some form of regret in some way. It happens to everybody. You know, we all have regrets, and these are opportunities to learn, and that's what I'm seeing here. This truly is a learning situation. You're wiser, you're better because of it, Scorpio. It allows you to make really good financial decisions, and it allows you to have a level of clarity that you would not have had any other way. So here we are with the King of Wands again, and it fell right on to the King of Wands. This tells me that things finally sort themselves out as it relates to your work, to your organization, or to your business. Remember, we had that instability here. By the time we hit the following week, it looks like it's smooth sailing. Things are happening in a very good way, to the point that even there are people in your work or in your organization that are paying attention to you. Again, if you're a student, know that maybe some of your instructors are really impressed with you. They have their eye on you. They're looking at you and they're considering you for something. Now, if you are an employee, you definitely have the attention of upper management, executives, maybe corporate on some level. This is a very good card. So whatever is being worked on here, everything settles in the following week, okay? So just know that this is not a long-term situation of things feeling crazy, and that it does sort itself out within a week's time. Page of Pentacles, good news coming as it relates to money. This is very exciting. You've got some positive, exciting news, and I felt that at the beginning of your reading. You definitely have some good money, good financial news coming your way, so get ready for that. The Seven of Wands is the card of a little bit of defensiveness. You know, really having to stand your ground, having to maybe do some type of verbal defensiveness here. In other words, you really have to speak up, and you really have to say, hey, this is where I stand on this particular situation. Or, you know, if you're having money conversations with someone, with a partner, whatever, you're going to have to say, hey, this is how I feel about this decision. This is what I'm going to do with my money. I don't have to explain, defend, or justify, but I am communicating that this is what I'm going to do with my money, or this is the action I'm going to take to increase my money, or to divert my money, or to invest my money. Okay, so it's really a card of communication and you standing your ground, Scorpio. And I don't think that Scorpios are very expressive. I don't think you're going to have any trouble communicating how you feel and letting people know where you stand on any particular issue. But specifically, money issues is what we're talking about. And sometimes you need to exert that assertiveness, so people know, you know. I'm thinking of one Scorpio in particular where he's like, okay, this is what I want to do, and you're the person to help me do it. So let's get to work. It's one of those things where you just have to be very direct and very confident that everyone's going to cooperate with you, because Scorpio, they usually do. All right, let's continue on and see what else shows up for my beautiful Scorpios as it relates, to money, wealth. Okay. Finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of March 2021. Interesting, Scorpio. All right. Okay. Yep. Okay. All right. I felt like I needed to pull out one more card. And this is making sense to me. Now check this out here. You've got the Nine of Cups, another one of the most positive cards in the deck. This is the wish card. Whatever you're wishing, hoping for, it's going to start showing up for you in some way, so get ready. It fell onto the Ten of Cups, which is the other positive card, talking about success and celebration. And then we get to the end here, which is a celebration. So, you're going to be in a position where things really start happening for you in a very positive way. But it's not without some type of cost, okay, Scorpio? Things are going to happen beautifully. Things are going to be worth celebrating. You have success. You have good news coming, right? But with all of these wonderful things, there's going to be some things happening that we have to take care of in the meantime. We have the Empress, another good card. This means growth, progress, nurturing. Also that maternal energy card, but I'm not really feeling that at this point in the reading. I'm feeling like this is to tell us that whatever seeds were planted, things are starting to happen. Growth is starting to occur. Things are starting to increase. Progressive, forward-moving growth, like we talked about here with the Chariot. Things are really starting to prosper for you. Now we have the Fool card. This is a really good card. We have to pay attention, keep our feet on the ground, and stay level-headed, okay? Just because we get all of these wonderful things happening doesn't mean we have our head in the clouds. Okay, so be very, very grounded. Don't be naive, and don't get caught up in all of these wonderful things happening. Like I said, you really have to stay grounded, and you have to stay realistic to a point, because you have some things that you need to work on. We have the Queen of Cups here. Now, this is someone who can be very insensitive, or she can be overly sensitive. It depends on your nature and where you kind of fall in that particular spectrum. Now, the Queen of Cups, you have to really make sure that your emotions don't get in the way of your financial decisions here. The Queen of Cups, like I said, either she has no feeling whatsoever, or sometimes she gets too caught up in her feelings. Sometimes that could be a problem when we're making money moves, right? We have to make sure that we're making our decisions based on, what is going to work best for us and what is going to be the best as it relates to our long-term goals, especially as it relates to work, money, finances, investing, whatever. Seven of Pentacles means that there's probably not going to be a whole lot for you to do, or a whole lot that you can do. Sometimes you're going to have to kind of let things play out. Don't stick your hands in where they don't belong, is the message I'm getting here. Don't get involved in something that doesn't concern you. Now, if it's affecting your money, obviously, I'm not going to say don't do anything to protect yourself. But at the same time, try to keep your hands clean, right? Don't, get involved in situations or activities that may not necessarily be in your best interests. Now we have the Tower here. The Tower talks about things have to be broken down in order to clear the way, right? So there is going to be a breakdown of something. This can be literal, but it could also be spiritual too. Now, I don't want you to worry about whatever's going to break down, because it's obviously very clear that this is the necessary path in order for things to happen. Sometimes we have to totally disassemble things in order to make room for the bigger, better, stronger, wealthier, more proficient, faster thing. And that's clearly what I'm seeing here. Why? Because we have the Three of Cups, which means once we kind of clear the way and clear the path, it's time to celebrate. So Scorpio, like I said, I hope you're ready, because your month is moving very quickly, and it's moving in the direction of growth. It's moving in the direction of, money coming to you. And the other thing is that, like I said, you're just going to have to pay attention throughout the month to the things that happen and the signs that come up. But when all is said and done, you're going to be celebrating. You have so much good coming to you. And you also have confirmation here that the things you've done are working. The things that are that you've been working on, the things that you've been hoping for, are all starting to come together in a very beautiful way, even though there's some things that need to be cleared up first. Okay? So let's go ahead, Scorpio, and close out your reading with a intuitive life coaching oracle card. Now, I told you this is a brand new deck that I'm working with for the month. What I love about the deck is not only the artwork, but you can see it's a very clear, straight to the point oracle deck. So, Scorpio, you got card number 34, which is Source. Your connection to Source is the light and love that shines through you and leads the way. Oh, that's very, very beautiful. I really love that. So just remember to always honor your connection to Source. Especially during the month of March, but this is a good reminder, for always, that we have to stay connected to Source, because that is really what will guide us and protect us. And I'm feeling too like some of you need comforting. Like there's something that you need to be healed from. And I guess this card is just reminding you that connect with Source, and that comfort and that healing is definitely there. Whew. Okay, Scorpio. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, observations, drop them down below. I want to thank you so much for spending this time with me. We'll do it all again next month.